Hi, my name is Alexander Gomes. I'm from NSG Life Safety, and I'll be doing the training for the AutoCall 4100U system here at the Elizabeth Brooks Elementary School. All right. Yeah, a few questions. How is this monitored? Is it monitored through a master box? Is it monitored through a master box at Pawtucket Fire, or is it done through a central station?
You have a radio box right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Connect with the station.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so no central station. That's the only means of communication. All right. Sweet. All right. All right. Very first question. Anybody here that is part of the staff of this school, a licensed electrician or a fire alarm tech? You are. Oh, he is. Excellent, both of you. Perfect. That's actually really cool. It means that this training can actually go a little bit longer than usual. If you don't have that license, do not touch. It really is the big rule. If you do touch, you get in trouble. As a matter of fact, if I was here right now with this called in, and the fire alarm went off right now, even though I am a licensed, technician, I still can't touch it because I never called it out. I never told the fire department I was going to do work, anything like that. But we'll go over a few of the basics for what you may see for those who are not familiar with fire alarm systems. Pretty easy to digest. If the fire alarm system were to go off, if the smoke detector goes off, if a pull station is pulled, obviously all the horns and the strobes are going to be going off in the building. If you were to come and look at this panel, right about here, where it says fire alarm, a red LED would be flashing. And then also on the screen, it would show you what the alarm is. Every device in this building is addressed. So let's say it happened in the front lobby, it would probably come up and say something like smoke detector, front lobby, yada, yada, yada. It actually gives a description for every alarm there is. The other things you may see on the panel on a regular operating day might be supervisories or troubles. Supervisories are like a manipulation is happening, but it's usually something that's either caused by somebody or it's something that's just below a fire alarm type of event. Like, do we have CO detectors in the building? All right. Correct. Okay, so a CO detector doesn't come in as a full-blown alarm. It comes in as a supervisory. It probably does not alert the entire building. I'm assuming if they're local, do they come out? Do they have their own noise? Is it just? Yeah. So the CO detector goes off. It makes its own beeping noise where it is. However, the whole system doesn't go off. It just stays local to itself. Because it's a less severe event than a regular fire alarm, it just comes up as a supervisory. A yellow LED will be flashing here. And once again, it'll show on the screen what is happening. You may need to acknowledge that supervisor to actually see the event that's happening. In that case, you could talk to these guys about unlocking the panel and acknowledging that supervisory or alarm or trouble, any event that happens here. The ones that you want to pay attention to are troubles. Troubles are, as you would think, something's wrong with the system. Something's not kosher, something's not right. It could be something like, oh, a smoke head is not talking. It's loose. It could be bad. It could be anything. All the way down to there's a ground, there's a short, any kind of problem that may happen is under a trouble. And once again, it flashes a yellow LED. There's no building event that happened because of it. It's all just right here or at the enunciators. The enunciators, I think there was one in the vestibule, right? The enunciators are kind of like little mini panels. They have the same display here, more or less, and we'll show the same stuff. So you don't have to run into this room, unlock a door, blah, blah, blah. If you want to see what's going on, you can just go to one of the vestibules if that's closer to see the event that's happening. Yes. Yep, it is for the fire department's use as well. They can come in, they can immediately look at what's happening before they have to rush into a burning building. It does. So kind of like I said, how a supervisory could be a man-made type of event. Correct. Yep, a supervisory is something like that or something just below an alarm. That's really it for what you may see happening with this system for those who are not licensed. And now I can kind of get into the stuff for those who are licensed, who can manipulate the panel, who can, call it out and all that good stuff. Have either of you seen a simplex or autocall 4100 before?
I don't think we have any in ours.
Okay. All right. Cool. I can kind of show you what goes on with this thing. It's already unlocked. All right. Obviously, before you do anything, call up the system. Seems like this is the only means of communication with the fire department, so just call Pawtucket Fire, let them know what you're doing. You guys know the deal. Probably don't need to tell you that. I guess if you ever wanted to do work where you're going to disable stuff, like disable horns or disable elevator, I mean, why you would necessarily, I don't know, but hey, things happen. You might have to do something like that. You would have to log into the panel. So logging in, I might actually write it in Sharpie at the end of the training here, but logging in is done like this. You have this menu button right here. I'm assuming Trouble's probably transmit to Pawtucket Fire, huh? Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, that would actually make the training a little. Yep. Oh, it does have that, yes. Yep. But we'll call it out just to be safe. Just call it out. It's the quickest, easiest thing to do. Yep, exactly. What systems have you guys dealt with other than autocall?
Notify.
Yep.
Siemens notify. You have simplex, but
Yeah, but it's a different panel.
yeah, it's not like.
Okay.
What is this? Is this like a? Is this a simplex? Is this a simple product?
So yes, if you saw the simplex version of this, you'd have to squint really hard to find the differences. They're made by the same company. It's manufactured by Johnson Controls. The only difference with the autocall panel is that it can be sold, distributed, worked on by anybody, not just Simplex.
Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah, simplex.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes, Simplex is proprietary. Only Simplex can never touch Simplex.
I called out the box.
Perfect.
What I would do is I would disconnect the radio box.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. If you don't want the elevators to be affected, disconnect the elevators. If you don't want the HVAC to be affected, disconnect the HVAC. If you
Right.
want the door holders to be affected, door holders not. What else you put on that?
So tell me, you didn't log in at all, did you? You just hit the buttons.
I just hit one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Huh. All right.
So another thing too, if they're doing a drill, okay, they would probably want to, disable the radio box, call it in, disable the radio box. I would disable the HVAC, the elevators. You don't have problems with that.
But not a regular drill.
It's a fire alarm drill.
Okay, that's a problem because they can't get in there. It should be just the switch on the side.
The switch is on the side right there.
Okay, so we physically still have to go inside and do that?
No.
That's what I was asking.
Well, if the HVAC system goes down, it takes a while to boot up. I would disable the HVAC system.
Most systems are systems. You do the drill switch, you don't have to go inside. And it's already programmed that it doesn't do elevator capture or shut down your HVAC. That's why I'm questioning why we need to go in and hit those buttons.
I do not know. I'd have to look at the program.
We definitely need to know that because
Okay.
if they're doing a drill, we're not going to come just to shut all that down.
No, you shouldn't have to.
Separate.
Nope. Okay. No. Yeah, I
So
wouldn't.
we will. After we want to verify that.
Drill, you notify the fire department.
Like, we don't even have to come at all. So the custodian, they will notify the fire department or the clerk. Most of the time it's the clerk. They will turn the switch, fire drill goes off, then they just put it back to off and done.
Clears the panel, yes. Okay.
And no elevator capture and no HVAC shutdown at all. It's already programmed.
Okay. Oh, it should be programmed.
All right, so we just want to make sure that's the way it is, so we don't have to physically go inside that panel. Because if we're not around busy somewhere else, we're not going to come here.
Okay. No, I understand. Yeah.
All right, so we'll just verify that after. But
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to clear that up.
As long as it's programmed that way.
We'll have to clear it up after the training. I'll have to go get my computer and find out. So I guess you do not have to log in to do the bypasses. So if you guys ever did have to work,
pre-programmed those buttons.
Yep.
Okay.
yep, you can do that. I guess where logging in would become useful, even for simple stuff like changing the date and time on this thing. Disabling devices. If you ever had like a smoke detector that just keeps coming in, of course that might involve the fire department. But let's just say, I don't know.
Keeps coming in, we pull the head, and then we go into trouble, and then.
Yeah, that's also true. So I don't,
So we really don't need to do that.
No, I guess not.
Okay. And is there a button already preset to disable the horns?
Yes, the one that says NAC.
Okay. Yep. I got it.
Yeah.
So we really wouldn't need to go in.
No, unless
Yeah.
I like to, if I remember changing out a bad smoke or a bad anything, or if you got to change a pull station is going to go into alarm no matter what because you have to open it. That's where NAC disable would come in handy. Any of it, disable everything.
That's what we do.
Yes.
First thing we do is call it out.
Yep.
Call out the box, disable our horns.
Yep.
Do what we got to do.
Yep. In the case of a pull station, disable all of it because you don't want the elevator capture.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do that.
Cool.
Once we're done, put everything back online, and call it in, box it back online.
Yep. So I will still show you how to log in because I think you do need to to log in to your date and time.
Yes, I am.
This thing is not smart enough to understand daylight savings time, so it's always going to be an hour off every time that comes around. What you're going to do is you hit the menu button. First things to ask you is change access level. We do, so you hit enter. 1 equals login, so you hit 1. The passcode is 3 3s. So 333. Once you enter that, you hit enter. Access granted. And hey, you can do what you want. It stays logged in for like 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And if you ever did want to change date and time, I wonder if it is accurate. Let me see. You'd hit menu, scroll down next just once, set date and time, enter. That looks close, but it's not. It's actually 7:48. So press info to change. That's what we want to do. So this more info button, you would hit that. And then it highlights the hour. The hour is correct. So we'll use the right button. Go to the minutes. The minutes are not correct. It is 7:48. So you hit the next. I know you would think, oh, you hit up to go up and down to go. No, down is next. Previous is up. Why? I don't know. But next up makes the number go higher. So we're looking for 48. Which by the time I'm done with this, it gets to 49 anyway. So I'll just do 49. Cool. And it is Friday the 15th, August 25. So that's all good. You hit enter. And there it is. And if you ever want to go back to the main screen, you just hit this clear exit button. And there you are. This is what the main screen looks like if there's actually for the custodians as well. This is good to know. This is what the main screen looks like if there's any event happening. So usually it would say system normal in your time, but right now it says trouble, and you can look to the trouble count. It says 1. And if there were any other events going on, such as supervisories or fire alarms, they would also have a number next to it. I don't know if you have any priority 2 alarms. Priority 2 alarms are kind of in between a supervisory and a fire alarm. Sometimes we make CO detectors that, but as we confirmed, CO detectors are just supervisories. So I don't think you have any priority 2 events that could happen with this panel.
Is this tied in with the security system so that there's a trouble that goes over to the security system?
I don't know about a trouble. With alarms, is this interconnected to the security system at all? It is. What does it communicate? What does it communicate to the security system? Does it communicate alarms, trouble?
I remember he was here the other day doing it. I'm pretty sure he wanted everything.
Usually supervisory, alarm, in trouble.
Yeah.
Sends it to them. And they usually call it to us.
Okay.
So you do your duty call security also, let them know you.
I tried to tell them that I don't need to do that. I should just be able to call the fire department. If it's an alarm, then we'll contact them. But they want us to call them, yes.
All right. There is a microphone here. That's really for the fire department. I wouldn't really use it for any reason. It's for them to be like, the fire's in stair 2. Get out of there, Don't do your PA messages and stuff over there. It's not what it's for. The main desk has
We're
one.
going to give them a key so you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe play his music.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag. Yeah.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Yeah, I know. I think that's really kind of it as far as what you guys would want to manipulate or look at or anything like that. Any other questions you gentlemen might have?
Is there a key in our set? When you do the alarms, is there one in the office somewhere, or is this the only one?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
This is the only drill.
He's.
The only drill, so that way the
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should probably tell you how to silence and reset. That'd be great too. Self-explanatory. Alarm silence and system reset. If the alarms do go off and you're like, you can come over here, hit alarm silence. You know, if you were doing that pull station, you forgot about taking out the horns or whatever. That'll immediately kill the horns. The reset takes like 20, 25 seconds to happen. So if you come here want to kill the alarms immediately and you hit system reset, now you're going to wait for it. You can still smack alarm silence. So if like I said, you messed up, you're taking apart a pull station, you forgot to disable the horns.
No.
No.
Nothing at all. Zero at all. Just over here. That's it. It's got a real switch. Nothing. Just it would have been nice to have one in the office. Like you can see what's going on. Yeah. And majority of she's gonna that's where they are. Yes. We'll talk to John about that anyways. I'll ask him why it wasn't right. So you're seeing everybody exit the building, now you want to shut it down. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be in here, unless you're on a walkie-talkie, you're not gonna know. Right.
Yeah. If you hit reset and the red light doesn't go away, it tells you that there's an alarm present. It's because whatever you were working on or whatever is still in an alarm condition. So if you leave that pull station open and you come here to reset, it's not gonna. One way to tell is that if you hit alarm acknowledge, let's say that pull station's open, you hit alarm acknowledge, it shows you the pull station, what's an alarm. On this second line here, this is 2 lines of text, right? On the second line here, it'll say alarm or fire or something like that. If you close it up, the fire alarm doesn't reset, but if you hit acknowledge and you're looking at that device that was an alarm, if it's closed, if it's in a normal condition, it'll actually say normal right there. And then you'll know, I can reset. You hit reset. 25 seconds later, it's all good. Yeah. Any other further questions?
All right, guys, I did leave your keys over here. I marked them. I had some tags. There's your drill switch key right here. There's 2 of them. That's all there is, 2 of them. Duck smoke test switches when you view quarterly. So guys, don't do that for that. That's for the CO detectors. This is for the duck smokes themselves. That's for the duck smoke CO detectors. This is for your power panels. There's 2 24-volt power panels. There's one in this room. There's one in the electrical room down in they supply 24 volts for all your modules. All your modules, your CO detectors, whatever requires 24 volts. So if this goes down, you're going to get a lot of troubles on there. Or all of a sudden, or your tamper module's not going to work, or your full module's not going to work, and all that stuff. That's for that box there. That's the electronics. That's the name of the box. These are just electrical panel keys for the Siemens panels. That's all I got here. Oh, these are those little
Tamper
for the tamper things.
Are there more battery boxes beyond this room, like for the?
That's for this panel.
Yeah, but I mean for the notification appliances.
There's batteries in here.
Yeah.
This all been through a 60-hour test already. Everything passed. So you have batteries in there, and batteries in these power supplies.
But I'm saying throughout the building for the notification appliances, are there any other cabinets for the? I'm saying some other, typically power supplies for the. Nothing else.
So there's just 2.
Just it.
That's it.
And there's also a NAC panel.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There's a
talking about.
NAC panel. This is the NAC for this side of the building.
Okay.
The NAC panel, not electrical. That.
That's okay.
There's a NAC panel.
Yeah, that's what I was
B
asking.
for that. B. NAC panel upstairs.
So there's keys for that.
All in the electrical rooms, right?
On the electrical rooms. Yeah, that's just the regular fire alarm key.
Okay.
Yeah. The fire alarm key fits. That's just the ones that have fire alarm. This, the pull stations, the NAC panels. The only key that is different is these power supplies. Because those main keys fit all these work.
That's awesome. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, I had some
That's awesome.
tags that did that. Drill switch. I left some covers over here. If you guys are grinding or something, covers on smoke detectors. This here, this is a test kit for. In the kitchen, there's 2 gas detectors. One's on the left side of the stove, one's on the right side of the stove around the corner. This is just a test. I really don't know what you can use it for. I don't know, maybe the quarterly they'll want to test it. You know, if they want to test those detectors, that's fine. Got a little regulator here and a couple of hoses. That's all I know. I don't even know what kind of gas it is. It says it on it. Carbon monoxide and nitrogen. Like I said.
All right, so that's to simulate, we had carbon
That's
monoxide
like
there.
say
It would
you
trip.
had a gas leak and the stove was leaking. It would send off those. If you look in the kitchen, there's one on the left side, it's a brown box, and the one on the right side around the corner. There's some paperwork in that box there just for the auto call system. I'll just see the map. I think it's up to date. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're coming out with a new map or not. This is just some cut sheets on all the devices that are here, test switches, all that stuff.
And we get that in a binder anyways, right?
Yeah.
Send it downtown.
I guess so. Is that what they do?
I already had.
Yeah, all right. Well, this was stuff that I had. Here's a bunch of canopies. I can do everything
Yeah,
on.
we'll put those away so nobody.
Yeah. That's the box number. That was the fire department. I kept it for my own.
Can we do a fire drill? I want to see if this
Sure.
pops out the elevator.
Yeah.
Just a drill switch. Just a drill switch.
Yep. So I guess we'll pretend that nobody's.
Well, no, I don't want to do. I don't want to do it for the fire.
You call it out though.
I called it.
I think they want to simulate like
Yeah,
custodian's
let's
going to come
simulate.
here.
Yeah, but still calling it out. I don't know. It's still.
They won't get a signal.
Yeah.
If you, well,
You called
they
it out,
won't
though,
react to it.
I called it out, but I don't trust that. A lot of times you do react to it anyway.
They do.
I would disable.
Well, then custodians are not going.
Disable all this.
No, but see, that's not what we want to do though.
You want the signals to go off.
I want to see if it does elevator capture when we do the drill.
He's trying to find out if it's programmed in yet.
Do you want me to keep the elevator?
No.
Who's going to reset the elevator?
They're here.
They're here. Look here.
I don't know if Cole's still there. Still there? I don't know. I don't think so.
How about this? How about this? We'll end the training. I'll go get my computer. I'll plug it in. I'll see what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
How about that? That way you don't flirt with disaster. And if it's wrong, I'll fix it. How about that?
So you're gonna-
I would think during a fire.
So the drill switch is going to just simulate all this. What you're going to do. That's what it's supposed to
No.
do.
I think I'm going to.
The program's supposed to say no elevator, no.
Oh, the buttons.
Yeah.
I would think. Here's the way I like to do fire drills. You set off the alarms, and you still let the doors drop. Because that's going to happen when there's a fire, and the kids should know that the doors go, you know what I mean? But elevator and HVAC will not do anything.
Right, that's what our other schools do.
Yep.
They do the same thing. Drop the magnets.
Yep.
Horns go off.
Yep.
Does not do elevator capture. Does
Correct.
not drop out HVAC.
Correct. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I'm good with that.
All right. I'll go get my computer. We'll figure that out. Good to say that training is done for now.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
That's what-